I had a really good idea to do for the show for tonight, okay? We're going to do all sorts of fun stuff, okay? But, for right now, I gotta go check on something, okay? I was just kidding, okay, but seriously, okay. Ha! These are my shoes. Ha. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. That's right, it's great to be alive. Here's your host, Shyzabox. Oh, is the show starting? Oh, it must be. Oh, we heard our introduction. Giddy up, girl. Hurry up. Oh, we don't want to be late. Oh, girl. Oh. Get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, nuns and all. That's right, priests, preachers, cardinals, rabbis, weirdos with beardos, alcoholics anonymous, anyone who accidentally clicked on the stream by mistake. Welcome, nuns, welcome all. We have got a fantastic show for you today. I doubt it. What? Who was that? Don't make better jokes than us. It makes the show worse. Keep your jokes in the chat box where they belong. By fantastic show for you tonight, of course we mean we've got a free show for you tonight. Excellent. You get what you pay for. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, nuns and all. We've got a fantastic one for you tonight. By fantastic, of course, free, like we said. We've been hard at work since that ones of stream earlier, which, of course, pertaining to that one of stream earlier. Sorry about that. Excellent. Forgive and forget, right? Let bygones be bygones. What, did you say something racist? What? I don't know, I guess you'll have to go watch all of our videos on the channel to find out. How dedicated are you? Not much, this show sucks. What? You know, therein lies the power of what the internet affords one to do, okay? Because the internet is, you know, pretty ruthless. It doesn't take much for one to merely just call dibs on pretty much anything they want. Okay? Now, believe you me, you might be familiar with a little show called Walking Dead, okay? That's right. Powerful little show, right? A lot of mesmerizing things. Everyone getting captured at the end of one season only to be escaping at the beginning of the next. It's crazy the kind of power that those writers had over everyone to a Irish-looking Walter White. Now, excellent. Thank you for following the rules of keeping better jokes than we make in the chat. Very nice of you. We don't even know how the hell to say your username. We do linguistics and we don't know how to pronounce that. What's that? Tu obsep ook? We can call you Tu obsep ook, right? Yeah, of course we can. Tu ob. There comes a time when there's some powerful endeavors and means behind stuff that channels put out, shows that come out and bring and put forward and that of nature, which provide. This isn't one of them, okay? Okay, now, keep up. We called Daryl Dixon dibs on being best of the worst internet celebrities there is, okay? So, that means shows gonna always kind of suck, okay? Now, sure. But our personal guarantee to you is that everything else that you watch is going to be better. Okay? It's a trade. Okay? We get to be the world's best of the worst internet celebrities and make crap. Okay? And everything else, our guarantee to you that you see, like, or love is going to be all the better. That's right. It's our personal guarantee. You might be saying, we don't want it. Well, fair enough. You're not the only one. But it matters not. As we sit back, like we said, we've been up to some shenanigans today since the stream a little earlier, okay? That's right. We went ahead and put out a little resonance demo, okay? Now, we put out a resonance demo and thought to ourselves, you know, that's not good enough for free, okay? I mean, yes, it's working, and believe you me, if you want to go play with some free resonance, we got a new resonance demo, and then we've got actually a second one. We made a better one. It's the Future Bosser Owner Resonance demo, okay? Now, they're all free. Okay? You can go to the descripification. We even put it on Pinata, so it's easier for you. Believe you me, the future technology of Web3, it's a technology that is not friendly to everyone who does not understand it, okay? Some of it is pretty redonkulous, okay? Especially how the things. Who's that? Shamarley John Paul. Hey, Marley John Paul. Hello, and you subbed. Well, believe you me, you're gonna regret that. Don't tell anyone. Your algorithm's pretty fucked now. I mean, we don't want to be, you know, kind of vulgar about it, but yeah, there's no getting that back. Anyhow, we've been up to some shenanigans today. Yes, we put forward and, put out a couple of the working resonance demos. All right, and so there's a couple iterations of that. Not only do we have one that's just a typical kind of version, an iteration thereof, but there is an additional version that is a way far more tricked out version that is, of course, free for anyone who wishes to pursue that of it. Okay, now, keep in mind, this show is for philosophical entertainment, and that of which you embark on is that of your subjective understanding of that of what correlates to that of what you understand. That being the case, we've been up to some pretty rockin' shenanigans today on some Web3 development tools that let you kind of partake in participating in a living, viewable, friendly, auditable version of a visualization of physics, okay? Not only that, all right, but in our little resonator demo, there's some additional things that go with it. That's right. Okay, yes. Let us know if you have any additional questions. All right, so in the resonator demo, two versions of it, okay? The first one's a pretty toned-down version. We made that one just right out of the gates, and we were like, you know, this is fine for what it is, but we wanted more. We wanted it to be beefier, a little better, a little more well-rounded, and a little more, great in its offerings, okay? Now I get it. Please, wait, what now? Believe you me, everything's fine. Huh? We didn't know we were doing a pickup game of philosophy. Now, believe you me, we should have expected it, Internet. As being philosophers and necessitating our need to wear that of our entire emotional ego on that of our sleeves, we didn't know we were doing a pickup game of philosophy. Okay? So, we need to put on our thinking hat so we don't look ridiculous on the Internet. Obviously. Excellent. Now we don't look so foolish. We can think for once. I'll be right back, buddy. All right, excellent. You have yourself a great one, Jean-Paul, and we will catch you then. Or we won't. You do what's right for you. Needless to say, as we were venturing into the endeavors that we were taking it upon ourselves. This morning we rolled out a little resonance demo, and we were like, yeah, this is fine, this is good. But then as we started playing with it a little more, it wasn't good enough, okay? So, obviously, if we had a boss, which we don't, we thought to ourselves, our boss would probably be pretty disappointed with all this free work that we're giving him right now. How can we make it that much better? How can we bridge that divide of a mere demo to that of an actual scientific kind of working engine to some degree, way, shape, or form? Now, believe you me, Shyzabox is only capable of doing that of what good old Shyzabox is capable of doing, all right? It's not always going to be perfect, okay? Obviously, that of perfect is merely reserved in that of the, rights afforded to God. And therefore, wherever we fit way under that, we want to be as close to that as possible. Okay? That way, we're afforded to at least have the opportunity to present things that can be utilized and or used for one's benefit in a capacity, degree, way, shape, or form of benefits to that of them. Okay? Now, believe you me, there is probably a necessitation, and I mean, we've been talking about this for at least a week or so now. There's a necessitation, there's a need to be able to do cryptographic kind of witnessing to that of one's files, that of one's source materials, that of especially science. There is so much science, there is so much math, there is so many things that are out there on the market nowadays for one to read, for one to look into, one to check up on, one to follow up on, one to try and prove, one to try and disprove. There are so many points of data out there, okay, that it makes it virtually impossible, all right, because the system is at such a entropic exhaust point that the pieces, they're just sitting there waiting to be shoved the hell aside, okay? Well, good thing good old Shyzabox is good at cleaning toilets. Not only that, but as the queers say, we were born to do dishes as well. That being the case, all of this broken logic, all of these flawed ideas, all of these, hey, you're back, welcome back. We're just talking about kind of mankind's flawed logic and ideas and things of that nature, way, shape, or form, okay? Theoretically, mankind got it wrong way, way, way long ago, okay? Well, look at the broken foundational logic of how mankind's understanding does not fit within the realms and regards of what nature affords naturally, right? I'm back. What's that? I'm a kid. Hello, I'm a kid. Well, believe you me, you might want to click off this show because this show's not for kids. That's right. It says in the description. Now, believe you me, if you go to the channel, you can go to the, there's a folder called Punkle Rock, okay? Punkle Rock, that is for kids, believe you me. There's a puppet show on there and all sorts of awesome stuff. But unfortunately, brother man, yeah, sorry dude, this show ain't for kids, so as much as we appreciate the view and want to hang out and stuff like that, we might say something vulgar or obscene or something like that. That inherently was not meant for that of your ears, my dear friend. Now, believe you me, we'll kick it for a sec, okay? Because you do need to depart on your own volition, will, and accord, all right? We can't make you disconnect from that of our logical thought. But temporarily, we will try and curb our enthusiasm to use vulgarity at our leisure for a bit, okay? That way we make it a little more child-friendly for that of yourself being here, but do keep in mind this is not intended and or meant for kids, because on occasion we do different things like tell jokes. And believe you me, sometimes jokes are way funnier if they have a bad word. Now, you're probably saying that's a bad example to set for you. You're a kid, right? No, that's right. But believe you me, you could be right. Because kids have better logic than adults most of the time. So we should really be listening to you. What? You're 9? Well, you definitely shouldn't be on this show, let alone most of the shows on this channel. But believe you me, algorithms can be messed up, even though before the stream started we said, no, it's not for kids. Lo and behold, you're 9. Well, fantastic. You should probably depart on your own will and volition. But we hope everything's going well for you, Sean Paul. We will continue the show, and we will try and curb that of our venom and vitriol within that of our vernacular linguistical capabilities to use profanity on occasion. Okay? We'll try and watch it for a bit. Anyhow, boy, is that a different way that you didn't think the stream was going to go. But believe you me, there's a time and a place for everything, and this, like we said, as much as we love the view, as much as we appreciate any subscribification, anything like that, as much as we understand that one may want to hang out and do stuff, inevitably, it's not currently for kids. And we may slip up, we may say something that, is just inherently inappropriate for that of one's understanding, and or we may go above and beyond, and when you're utilizing metaphysical things for that of philosophical entertainment, you can't necessarily philosophize and throw that of one's subjective understandings into the, kind of wrapped up, blanketed understandings that, one of a limited understanding in that of the mind of an undeveloped youth would have in that of theirs. And now, everything's fine. Oh, was that? Yes. So as we were saying before, as we made a little Resonator demo, we thought to ourselves, it wasn't good enough, okay? We wanted to do something a little better. We wanted to bring a little more to the table, okay? We wanted to do that of auditing ourselves, okay? Work a little harder, a little more for free, okay? That's right. For you, Internet. No, for the benefit of anyone in Web3, anyone in the scientific community who feels like they might want to be able to put a SHA seal on something or take what we made and make it better, okay? Knock yourself out. We don't hide behind the math. We don't hide behind the science. It exists for one. It exists for all, okay? That's right. Same way we don't hide behind any of that, that's why we open source our notebooks on Kaggle and things of that nature. For the most part. Some thought, some theory goes to dead ends. Some thought, some theory goes to right ends. Some thought, some theory goes to ends in between, all of that of which. Believe you me, there's some thought and some theory that is not meant for those to theorize and think thereupon. Crazy. So, pretty much, you can see if you feel like it, you can go to the different iterations of the resonance demo. You can look at the first iteration that came out, and then, even if you play with that one, okay, because it's operational, it's executable, but that one in itself, while they're both demos, and we wouldn't say that they are not demos otherwise, okay, though they can be developed upon further and made better, we still saith that of demo, and we still claimeth that of the title of which utilize and use at that of your own risk. Okay? We enjoy the components and aspects, all right, of all the functionality that the first little version had, but it wasn't enough, okay? That's right. So we wanted more. We became our own boss, okay? We wanted more. We wanted to give that back to anyone who wanted to visually see some physics in action, a chance and an opportunity to do it, okay? You literally now can apply a SHA seal. You can see how that metric can kind of work if you were doing some kind of computation that you wanted to maintain a record of. That could be reproducible. That could be a iteration in a form, all right, of thusly creating your own JSON filing, all right, to disseminate that therewith, okay? In essence, that's what we did, okay? We created it, we put it back, and we implemented all of the components and aspects, all right, that allows for the additional capabilities, all right, to be implemented into the better working version, the next implementation, the next upgrade, okay, the next big thing, all right? So, as we got that one rolling, we even contemplated not even maintaining that of the first one, okay? Getting rid of it, scrapping it altogether, okay? They both exist. New, okay? We did them both, okay? Can they be better? Yes, they can. All right? Everything can always be better. Theoretically. Obviously, for philosophical entertainment. Okay? Everything can always be better. All right? But how are you to make it such? Shall you wait upon that of the betterness to come on that of its own merit and accord, or should you elicit that of a foundational understanding and that of Lithic Logic with which to present yourself an opportunity to do that of better things? Okay? No one can make you voluntarily leave that of what is obviously open source enough for anyone to gain access thereto. Okay? Whilst it may not be deemed designated for that of a youthful mind, that of much great thought and practice can come from listening to that of a youthful mind. Okay? There's an organic curiosity, an organic, natural, embedded nature, all right, within an undeveloped mind that can process ideas and think in ways, all right, that someone who's already been around the block and established that of their own metrics, means, measures, and accords, all right, it'll differentiate with that to quite a vast degree at times. Now, sometimes it's for better, sometimes it's for worse, okay? In the case of good old Shyzabox, being that of operating in our own Shyzalosophical closed Gödelian loop system, okay? It's a self-referential integrity, okay? Utilizing the metrics, okay, of such that we do, all right? We foundationally operate that of our entire philosophical practice, all right, on that of exactly that, okay? Seeking the truth and stopping at nothing until that of truth is all that is, okay? And truth be told, there's lots of iterations and forms and, you know, versions of truth that exist, and they are all truthfully truth. Okay? Now, even negative, hey, you're back again. Well, no. Welcome back. That's right. Now, keep in mind, the show's still not designed or intended for kids, but we haven't sworn in a minute from what we remember. So we try and do better, this, that, the other, okay? But, you know, keep in mind that whether back or not, you know, inherently this is not designed for that of your understanding and or ears. So, dipset at your leisure. Yes, we know you don't care. Many of the youth don't nowadays. Believe you me, we're the same way. You know, we're rebellious, angsty punk rockers, okay? We write books. You might not know this about us, but we wrote a little book called Pickled Punk Philosophy, okay? Now, Pickled Punk Philosophy, that was our We Don't Care book that we say we don't care to Wikipedia, okay? Because Wikipedia is stupid poo-poo heads in our opinion, okay? What's that? What games do we play? Well, we play all sorts of games. Nowadays, we don't play as many games as that of what we used to, but believe you me, as far as foundationally, we have gamed itself since that of the days of Atari. Okay? Now, over the course of the last year, 2 years, or something like that, we've kind of pivoted. We do not play as many games nowadays. Okay? Now, for better or worse, that's subjective, okay? But yeah, we don't do too many games nowadays. Nowadays, we do a whole lot of the more book thing, okay? Pickle Punk Philosophy, Nailing Kalimba. Hey, you know what? We do got books here for kids. Well, some of them. Our buddy writes kids' books, okay? And we help him put them out. Capybara Creek, this is a play, okay? It's a 3-act play. Now, believe you me, people kind of think to themselves, what, Capybara Creek? That sounds awesome. It is. No, Capybara Creek, that one is designed and intended for kids. That one is straight up. It's a 3-act play. It's pretty crazy. It's funny because, you know, they don't write them like this nowadays. They never wrote them like this from what we can tell. And the writing itself, I mean, it's just pretty fun to see some metrics of modern storytelling, okay? Implemented into an actual, like, acted out 3-act play, okay? Want to hear the back of it? No. All right, we'll read it for you anyway. So, this is from Capybara Creek. This is the back of the book here. All right. Capybara has a massive secret. Tree Bar Capybara keeps getting into trouble. Daddy Bar Capybara keeps forgetting things. And Mama Bar Capybara tries her best to hold everything and everyone together amidst the chaos that is to be found in daily life, at the least thought of times, for in which of those to occur that do. Now, believe you me, there aren't plays like this nowadays that are out there. It's pretty, it's way more geared towards a philosophical kind of practice in nature and the storytelling and guys that he did in this one, okay? So Capybara Creek, you know, yeah, is definitely a fun play. It's definitely one that we enjoyed, you know, putting together and stuff. You know, our buddy gave us his manuscript. We put it out for him. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, it's another one that does fall into the more kid-friendly for kids category, okay? But it doesn't stop there, okay? That's right. What else does he got here that we got? Secret Demon Drop is not here. We know exactly where our copy of that is because he gave us his manuscript for Secret Demon Drop 2, and that's coming out. But Secret Demon Drop, that one's out. Teresa's Scary Poems for Kids, that one's pretty good. Believe you me, we'll read you the back of that one. No, don't. No, doesn't matter. We will now anyway. As it has become that of a kid's show, to make sure that of ears that hears are dearest to deers. I don't know. Teresa wants to be a famous writer. She loves writing about everything. One scary and chilling autumn night, she may just get what she wants if her mysterious journal doesn't get it for her first. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, Teresa's Scary Poems for Kids. That's another one that he did. That one's really good. We enjoy it. But, believe you me, because we're dragging kind of hiney and rear end, I'm getting Secret Demon Drop 2 out or whatever for him. We're going to start feeling bad if we just keep plowing through, not doing it. So we better give him some coverage and airtime. Maybe he can make a buck on his book. Meatballs on Mondays is a fantastic one. Okay? And ironically, nothing was greater than when Meatballs on Mondays actually landed on International Meatball Day this year. Okay? It was fantastic, phenomenal. What a fun time. What a blast. Kids seem to really enjoy that of just, in essence, that of what Meatballs on Mondays provides, okay? It's just a good old-fashioned fun time of kids that are forced to, you know, navigate the circumstances of having meatballs on Mondays all the time. Okay? But believe you me, no matter which way you go there, all of those are way more kid-friendly and geared towards that of kid-friendly measures. So you should go check that stuff out with a parent's or guardian's permission. That's right. Because we cannot provide that for you. Okay? We can hang out. We can, chat for a bit. We can attempt to bridge that of one's understanding to the metrics and means therein. But, wait, what? Who is laughing? Who is laughing? Our studio audience is laughing, isn't that right? That's right. The internet. Pickled Punk Philosophy, that was our I Don't Care book. That was our we don't want to, hear any more from Wikipedia stupidity, okay? Ironically, it's because of Wikipedia stupidity that now we have a measurable metric to measure how stupid mankind is, okay? Literally. We can run the test dumb-tectable now, and we did run the numbers before we came in. Good thing that no one bought, according to how it's supposed to go, a copy of Delectable. Okay, good. You are not supposed to buy this book. Do not buy this book. If you do, then this changes the metrics up here, and it makes mankind stupid. Okay, so do not buy Delectable. How you do it is free. You read it on Kindle Unlimited for free, and we do see that the pages are going, we get 0.04 cents for every page read. Okay? Believe you me, it adds up to ones of cents. We don't get rich. So do not buy this book, and if you do, because you want to mess up the system and be one of the people who messes up the system, I guess, I don't know. Maybe you cause chaos just like good old Shyzabox. Your old pickled punk philosophy, right? Well, that's fine. Just be sure you don't get ripped off on a third-party seller, okay? The book priced itself and broke Amazon.com's pricing algorithm, made itself 94% off, okay? Third-party resellers, they don't keep up with those. They still have it listed at $250. Do not buy this book, okay? If you do, if you buy Delectable, we're going to change the number up here, and then it's just going to go towards making mankind stupid. Okay? Now, ironically, Shyzabox is pretty decent at what he does. Okay? So when we monographed lectin, we made very efficient utilizations therewith that afford this literary work the opportunity to stick around and resurface itself when it deemed that of appropriate time. Now, believe you me, you might be saying, how can you be so sure? How can you do such a blanketed, crazy statement on the internet and not fear repercussions or the ramifications for such a bold claim? Well, that's because we actually already proved our theory. We cannot prove our theory anymore, okay? We literally moved a metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3. The work is done. It's been SHA sealed. It's centered. It's finalized. There's no undoing it, okay? So, because we enjoy SHA seal so much, and we talked about executing our cryptographically executable witnesses and, allowing any company to come roll up with a tricked out Tesla sign-on bonus and a briefcase full of cash, scoop up good old Shyzabox, who's not under an NDA or, working for some big company right now, be holding and adhering to that of their HR standards and practices. No. We're free to do that of which we will. And believe you me, we're probably more productive today than entire departments of people were for millions of dollars for some other companies. Theoretically, this is all for philosophical entertainment, okay? But believe you me, computationally, we probably put out more source code today of viable metrics and means than, many other team or department or variety of iterations of folks within a company structure that just merely milk the clock today, collect their paycheck, go home, and show nothing for it for pretty much the whole day. Okay? Now, we're not saying that our visual computational demo and tool that allows you to create your own SHA seal, that allows you to interact with that of, your own JSON export file, okay? I mean, our code is IPFS ready because we reside in that of the crazy Web3, okay? The future of the internet, the wild, wild west, okay? It's a ghost town around some of these parts, but believe you me, it doesn't matter because it's just more room to build cool stuff. Okay? So now we got, the components and the aspects of the pinata pinned version, all right? That is now going to be very, very much so just far easier for anyone to, interact with on mobile, to kind of play with, to kind of see. It's a foundational, another way, okay, for someone to not have to wade through a 500, 502, 504 error, okay, to try and get the IPFS site where everything's housed. So not only did we update the IPFS site a couple times today and adding the new Resonance demo and the version thereof for our boss, future boss, or lack thereof, for we are one of the people, and because we reside on Web3 and we, for the current, do not work for that of a big conglomeration or company or, be held to that of a boss, we have to boss ourselves around, okay? Believe you me, sounds like something we can get real into. But as this show was kind of hijacked in the means and metrics of us having to kind of segue our traditional talks and things of that nature, not for worse, okay? Maybe for better. All right, just know that there's Resonance demos out there now that you can play with, and they are in a couple, iterations. The better version thereof is going to be the newest one. It's going to be the one that's for the future bosses, and it's going to be able to showcase quite a nice variety in a panel version format, okay, of that of what can be witnessed when you're looking at physics, okay? Some pretty neat stuff on there, but we'll tell you what's not neat. Us running out of swill. That's right. Now, you might be saying to yourself, get more. Now, alas, Internet, as much as we love to have you boss us around, and as much as we may be really into that at times, no, that'll do it for good old Shyzabox. Okay, we'll call it for the night. We got hijacked by some little ears in the cornfield, which, believe you me, I'd rather them be here than off joining a gang. I don't know. The more you know. Insert Shyzabox's trophy for babysitting for someone here. No, we joke, you kid. Only, from the information we got, went against to what the show was. Organically not necessarily intended for that of kids, okay? What? Why am I back again? I don't know. Sean Paul, we're going to have to get Rick the doorman in here to put a lock on. Believe you me, it's because you want to go and find out how to get to the channel and go watch Punkle Rock's little theater video. Okay? He does a play, and believe you me, it's pretty awesome. You might even like it. Yeah, you can go check out the Punkle Rock play. Okay, it's on the channel. Just go to the Punkle Rock little folder, file, whatever. And you can have yourself a good old-fashioned time there. But, believe you me, like we said, this one is, we'll call it a handshake that was extended to that of anyone who wishes to look into possibilities in that of demos and beyond in Web3. Okay? So, feel free to check out our math. Links are in the descriptification. Audit it at your leisure. We hide not behind our math. We hide not behind our science. So, do whatever you want to. Good. All right, well, with our lithical stone rock understanding with our physical realities being that of what they are. All right. The reality is we're out of swill. It's a free show. We worked kind of hard today in one way, shape, or form, and we're going to leave now. So be sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost, because there's only one you, okay? No one else can take care of you the best besides you yourself. Theoretically. Maybe at different stages, times, that might be a different viability. Take care of yourself first and foremost. There's only one you. We can't replace you easily. We can't go around just making fake accounts, subscribing to ourselves all day. We get in trouble for it. Yeah, that's right. They caught us last time. You take care of yourself, then you take care of anyone else who really needs it. Then you look around the room. You might see us peddling our wares. Buy our books, buy our books. And you're like, no. Whatever. You don't want to buy Why Hast Thou Forsaken Me? You don't want to buy our poetry book. You don't want to buy Transmutating God. That's all right. It's ironclad either way. You might not even want our officially endorsed live stream note-taking journal. Believe you me, when you have an officially endorsed live stream note-taking journal, okay, available on Amazon.com, you can take notes on any kind of live stream you want. Doesn't even have to be this one. It can be a good one. We joke, we kid. All right. That's it. We're getting out of here. Like we said, we don't want your subscription. We want your money. So downvote the shit out of this. Go to Cashapp and give us a buck, or go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books, and buy one of them. Or go to Kindle Unlimited, search Shyzabox books, download them, and read them for free. Get off our lawn.